Hey everyone, this is Josh Galvin with Tizish.com. On this video, I want to introduce you to a concept called the Canonical URL tag. It's basically an SEO tag that goes into your code that tells Google what your original site is to prevent duplicate content issues. But before I go into that in detail and show you how to see if your site has it and so forth, let me go over three things. Number one, why did I make this video? Number two, what is the canonical URL tag, of course, which we're about to go over. And number three, which is the most important one, why the heck does it even matter for your website? Alright, so number one, why the heck did I make this video? Alright, so understand this about WordPress. WordPress, all the stuff I'm about to show you, these are free tools that developers like this person, Yoast, one of the best SEO developers for WordPress in the world, they make loads of people make free tools that are basically you download and you plug them into your WordPress website, right? Here's another one here, all-in-one SEO pack. And both of these tools do what I'm about to show you on this video with the canonical URL tag, alright? Now, I'm making this video because the following. I was having a conversation with an agent that recently paid $6,000 freaking dollars. 6,000, yeah, that's not a typo or a misspoken word. $6,000 for a website that they were told is completely powerful and set up for SEO and all this stuff. So I was just curious because it was a little bit of a during an office or during a conference. It was a little bit of a my website is the best by far. I know it in the industry, and I love to hear that, especially when I hear a price tag of $6,000. I naturally feel it's a ripoff. So I looked into their site, and the first thing I noticed within 10 seconds is they don't even have these canonical URL tags inside their code, which is like, it's beyond me. That's like basically building a kitchen without a faucet sink. Right? Without a faucet. You wouldn't do that. So if you're going to be paying for anybody to build something for SEO, make sure your website has this. And number two, if you're going to be doing your own website, download these tools I'm about to show you and understand what I'm about to explain to you about canonical URL tags. So that was point number one about why the heck did I make this video. Number two, what is the canonical URL tag? Let's just dive into that. So right now you're looking at the actual website. You're looking at Tizish.com itself. You're looking at this person's site, Yoast itself, and so forth. But here's what you're not looking at. You're not looking at the actual same code that Google is seeing. So in order to see the canonical URL tag, to see if your website has it, you need to do the following. Look into the code of your website. If you're using Google Chrome or Firefox, hit Control U. Alright? If you're using Internet Explorer, just to make it easier on this video, just go to Firefox or Google Chrome and hit Control U. It'll open up a code page that looks just like this. Alright? Now, to keep things simple, don't let the stuff confuse you real quick. I'm just going to show you one simple thing. It's called this tag right here. Link rel equals canonical, and then it shows you your URL just like this. Alright? What you need to do is the following. On your web browser, hit Control F and then type in the word Canon. C-A-N-O-N. And if you have something that comes up, look for it. Make sure it says the following. Link rel equals canonical. If you have that on your site, that means you do have this tool already set up with the SEO of your site. Tizish clients, of course, you already get this done. That's a given. This is like oxygen. If you want to live, you just need oxygen. It's common sense. So basically though, on your website, and I'm about to show you guys a website that doesn't have it, some random one I'll just find in the search engines, but basically here's how you find it. Go into your code like I showed you, type in, hit Control F on your keyboard to try to find some keywords, and then you should see it highlighted. If you can't find the keyboard, just look for this exact code that says link rel equals canonical. That's the key thing. It has to say canonical. Alright? So this is physically what it is. Alright, now exactly what the heck is it really and why does it matter? Let's go into that before we go into the actual where to download it and so forth. Alright, and I'll show you examples on google.com or on just a basic search for Irvine Homes or something of a site that doesn't have it. But basically, here's what this tag is. Alright, it's a tag that Google created. Again, we're talking about this tag here. It's a tag that Google created that puts in your code just like this, the header code that Google reads. It's a tag that Google puts there that basically tells Google what the original URL is of your web page, whatever specific web page you're on. So right now you're looking at Tizish homepage. Here's the original URL, exactly as you see it, www.tizish.com with the /. If you don't get the significance of those, check out my other videos on www versus non-www and then trailing slash and non-trailing slashes. But the whole key point is this. It prevents duplicate content issues within your own site. And this is really the kicker. If your website, here's actually an example, right? If your website gets linked to, and this person Yoast has a good example, so I'm going to use his to explain. If one of your articles gets linked to, for example, this one, see how he has an article here called Twitter Analytics, right? And now we have to look at the URL. See this article here called Twitter Analytics? See how the URL here is very clean and normal? Well, basically, let's go back to his other article. See how this URL here is to the same article, but it's a whole different URL that we're going to see. Same article, completely different URL. You see this? So now here's where the canonical URL tag comes in, and here's why it matters for your SEO big time. Alright? If you have links, see how this is like from Twitter and so forth? If your goal is SEO, you're going to have to step into social media world, which means you're going to have links on so many different platforms that handle URLs differently. Meaning this one, for example, tagged on all this extra code, right? And then his regular URL was found here. It's the same article though. You see the URL is different, but it takes you to the same article. In the eyes of Google, if you don't have a canonical URL tag, then and you have links pointing to this URL version of this web page, and then you have links pointing to this URL version of this web page, what you're going to happen is duplicate content issues, and your own website, your own web pages will have two big errors. Number one, they're going to start competing with themselves, and it's going to dilute their efforts it's going to affect their efforts to rank high in search engines. And number two, it's going to dilute the link value of all the links on the page, because now they're spread out between two different indexed pages in Google, because Google basically found this web page through a long URL like this, and then they found a web page through the basic one here. So to Google, they're going to try to index both, and they're going to try to give credit to both, and that doesn't help you at all, because it's your same piece of content. So that's why the canonical URL tag exists. The canonical URL tag, as I showed you, is this little code here, and this exists so that if you're on a page like the following, let's use the same example. If you're on this page here, you see this big URL. Well, let's look at the code for this, and let's see how you're going to see how the canonical URL. You see this right here. The canonical URL shows you the standard, the real version, instead of the messed up long version as you see here. So basically it's telling Google, you may have found my website through this long URL here, but here's the original URL that we want you to index and forward. So you avoid duplicate content issues, alright? It's a little more complex than it needs to be. Here's a simple point you need to do to take action. Number one, go to this tool here, this URL. It's included in the first comment of this video on Facebook, or it's included in the YouTube description or the blog post. Either way, you'll find it anywhere with this video. Go to here, download this tool, and install it on your website after checking if you have canonical URLs or not. Or if you use the all-in-one SEO pack, which I recommend you do if you have your own WordPress site, then they have a section that handles it for you. Just make sure you go to it and handle that. Alright? So that's what you need to do to take action with this. And first step, check if your website has it. Again, if you're a Tizish client, don't even bother wasting time checking on your own and so forth. You already have it. This is a basic setup for SEO. And the other item, when you're looking and you're talking to people about SEO and you're going to pay them a lot of money, make sure that if there's any free tool that exists in the world, make sure they at least integrate it. It's ridiculous that they're even charging for free tools other than basic setup, but if you're going to get this promise of all this SEO stuff, make sure it's actually done. Alright? So that's everything, you guys. I hope you took value from this. Like this on Facebook, comment on it, let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and then just kind of make sure your website gets this done fixed right away. Plain and simple. Alright? Well, go to facebook.com/Tizish, the way you see it spelled here, and interact. Let me know how you feel, or like this video. Alright, well that's everything. Take care.